Welcome to BrickTrains, and I'm Joey, and I have a very large haul here. So this is some vintage items, and I'm gonna try not to cut anything up this time. See if we can get in here into this box. Not cut anything. I'm gonna go from the sides. Here, got the box lifted up on the angle. Person used a lot of tape, so that's good. It's a big box. All right, this is a list of items, and bubble wrap. I'm not sure which camera I'm gonna be able to get any of this on. Okay, first thing, what do we have here? We have a bag full of vintage parts, and it looks like some sort of paperwork. Yeah, this is those Mags X, but it's not Lego, so we're not worried about it. It looks like there might be a few non-Lego parts in here, like maybe that guy there. So we'll have to go through that. That's no big deal. The bag's this back so we're sitting on the floor. Large quantity of, oh my, there is a, I don't know if that fell out of there, if that was from another show or another video. There is a flat, or a plate, 2x3 plate. That's a vintage part too. Okay. That, not Lego. Okay, there's a note from the seller. And, okay, here's the first item. Set that there. Let's see. All my fool friends will know what that is already. Excuse me while I dig in the box. I'm still here, I promise. Okay. Here's the other item. This is a Master Mechanic set. So set it up. It's so hard to get in on that shot. There we go. So we'll pull this apart. This Master Mechanic set, the box is pretty rough on this one. Again, a lot of vintage pieces. Looks like a lot of really good vintage pieces. We have a battery box. One of the old style battery boxes. Lots of wheels, good wheels too. These are they're fairly decent shape rubber on the wheels. That's good. That's not so vintage, that's a Scorpion. Alright, and then the all too famous gears. Let's see, there's the gears. Plenty of gears, and there's the motor that goes with that battery box right there. Okay, so that is the 003 Master Mechanic set, and I believe I'll have to double check. So yeah, this this supposedly came also in a brown box, not just the colored box like this. So a brown box would have been a shipping, which is what this is. Would have came from like a Sears or even JCPenney's, mostly Sears, FAO, Schwartz, and possibly a few local department type stores. Okay, so let's get this one back. Let's see. Stick it in there. And I think this was in with the wheels. Come on. There we go. That'd be good enough. Try and get this back in the box. Because what I really want to get to is this other box here. Of course, everybody probably already knows, because the title of the video probably tells what it is. Okay, sit it down. I've still got a lot of packing stuff around my feet, and I want to be careful because I'm not sure everything else is packed into this box or not. So this is a 371. Okay, so that number, you see, you drop the 346 and then the 1 at the end, and you get 371, which is the set number for this. There's a couple things that are interesting about this set. One of them is that right there. And there again, there's the 371. This tray, I'm gonna confess, I have 3 of these sets. I do not have the paperwork or the instructions for any of them, or with any of them. And I only have the plastic tray for one, and I only have enough parts for one. Well, I probably have enough parts for it. There's nothing abnormal or very specific to this set as far as parts. I mean, they're very just typical common parts back then. Okay, so let's look at some of this paperwork here. First off, we have part of, is this the only part of it? Yeah, this is number 315, the European taxi. Hopefully that's in focus. Looks like there's only half of it here. That's fine. Let's see the other half. There is half of a brochure there. Is this the other half? I don't think that is. That's just a corner of one. This is the gear instruction sheet. Let's see if we can get that in. Too many things going on here. The gear instruction sheet. Get both sides. Kind of shows you how to use the gears. Get that camera too close, I think, again. Okay, so that's that. And we possibly have, this was somebody's wanted list here. Somebody has drawn all over this thing. But that's fine. These are not the items that I went to this store for, but yeah, it definitely looks like somebody took some marker and Lego now has gears. Somebody actually wrote that. So, oh look, somebody circled that car. There's that car. Okay. Alright, so these pieces, although this is a nice piece here, the rest of this stuff is, for all practical purposes, trash. Alright. So, oh wait, I might have, hang on. Do I? No, that's, I thought maybe I had the corner for that one, but I still don't. At any rate, so I'm gonna set all of this paperwork to the side, and I'll deal with that later. So, this box contains the dividers. This is interesting, because I've not seen these dividers before. That's a good piece, it's not broken. It's the motor mount for this. See, I guess it goes that way. No, it goes this way, doesn't it? it goes around that somehow. And there's the battery box. No batteries, that's a good thing. Actually, this piece of plastic is in really good shape. The other two that I have are broke up pretty bad. So it's pretty good here that this one's it's complete. Wheels just went everywhere. Okay. I can tell one thing. These are all, let's see, out here they are. Here are the most important ones right there. There's two of them anyway. It looks like there's three, and there's four, and I believe four is what comes in it. This here has, get that scorpion out of the way, a little, it says a little cut, it's like half. Oh, that camera's kind of facing the wrong way. Let's do that. That is to put in the motor, and it acted kind of like a friction type pin. The rest of these do not have that. They all have just the round pin, which would have went into one of these. And that's how you made your wheels back then. There's a set of wheels. Woo! All right. So we got the wire, we got the motor, we have the base. That's always broken. This piece here is always broken, and it is not. That little bitty piece in there is broke a lot. And how this worked, put this in here, and this would have had the wheels on it. And when it was under, everything was built, it kind of self-centered. Let's stick some wheels in there and see if we can get this to work. I know, I'm just killing time here. Probably a couple people have already seen this and are like going crazy. Joey, come on. At any rate, so that was your self-centering wheels right there. Had two little nubbins there, and then that piece there, and it acted kind of like a spring. Moved it back. Okay, so those are good pieces to have. Not ultra rare. They are a little more difficult to find when they're not broken. There's a very off-center Lego 1x2 brick, which this set has. Let's see, that's also, again, not a rare piece, but a little bit more hard to find. We have both the doors, the red doors, that's good. And we have both of the small blue doors, that's good to have. And it looks like we only have the one big door. Now the other big door could be in that pile. We have that, and we have the hook, and the hook is not broken. So that's all good. We've got a lot of the little bit more difficult pieces to find all available. So here it is. I'm gonna find, well, actually, I'm not. I'm gonna do one more thing. This tray, I've not seen this tray before either. Let's dump it out. So this is the other half. I have one of these with this in it. I have one of these with, and I'm gonna have to look, with one or two cardboard trays like this. This one here is different. Let's see. It's like one tray in the middle, but then the sides are, it's not really a tray, it's more like a dividing piece. So that's an interesting piece. And then finally, the last piece of this box anyway. So like I said, it's a 371, which is a big blue truck. This tray a lot of times in the set was blank, no printing on it at all. This one has the printing on both ends. So again, really complete. We have the paper liner on one end, we have the plastic tray on the other. I can get it back in there without tearing it up. Got the tray. Alright, and then finally, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna open this up. This is why I went for this. This stuff is good to have. I'm really happy to have this box with the printing and this cardboard liner. That makes this complete. But this It's the instructions. And in my opinion, it's not a complete set until you have the instructions. And these are very good shape. Very, very good shape. So, I can tell you right now, one of the pieces that's missing is the roof for the top of the truck. This is the set. This is the main set you made right here. The 371, the semi, battery operated, remote control type deal. Went forward and back. You also had enough parts in the set to build the a tow truck, and you got 4 steps and 2 panels to build the tow truck. So there and there. And if you look on this other page, you can see you could also build the tow truck with the motor and battery if you wanted. So you can motorize the tow truck. You actually got 2 steps on how to motorize the tow truck. So that is my 371 haul. I'm real happy to get it. Again, I didn't buy it for the parts. Didn't really even buy it for the master set. I have a 003 master mechanic set. I think mine is in a little bit better shape than that one. That box is pretty rough. But I have enough parts. If there is an inventory for it, I'll inventory it. Obviously, I'll get all the gears in it. Okay, quick little thing that I noticed before I wrap this up. I went to get, I got a whole big old pile of mess here. So this is the one you just saw in the video that I just received. Okay, so that goes with this one. This is essentially an empty box. So, they're basically the same. So I'm gonna set this one to the side. I think the only thing the only thing this one has in it is the blank tray, which is a little bit rough, and the inner plastic, which is busted out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get that one out of the way. This one is all but a complete set. It also, the box is a little different. Let's see, does this one? Yeah, it doesn't. Same kind of box. This one doesn't have the tabs. This one has tabs. I'll show that here in a minute. But it has the the blank tray. Get this out without dumping it. Okay. Let's see if I can show the difference. These are just the differences that happen over the years with Samsonite sets. Remember, this was the 3 compartment type tray. This is 2 individual paper trays. These are not even the milk, or what I call that, milk plastic. It's the trans clear milk white. It's not really Lego color or plastic. It's just it's a milky white. You know what? I don't even know what kind of plastic that is. So that's probably the natural color of that plastic. So anyway, and the tray is the same. It's the same mold. These are just backwards. So not sure which one goes where. Get this to work. Okay, but here's the part that I wanted to come back and interrupt about. Look at this. See if I can get this in this shot here so I can get a close-up of it. Manufacturing number is different. 463711 is in red, 34633711 in black. I think, and then the number on the side the 4944154. That is the number that was in the Sears catalog. It was actually listed as 49C44154. Okay, so I believe these are both Sears sets. I don't have no reason to think any different. I just think it's interesting that at some point they added a 3 or took a 3 away. If my gut tells me anything, this box has tabs like that. Okay, that's a little bit more of an expensive box to create, the die cut to cut the box. We also have the printing on the tray. So my guess is that this was probably an older one, first kind of run, and then this was probably more towards the end. In fact, actually, there's one more little difference. If you look at this one, see, we get this in that little sticker right there. That sticker is some of the parts. Well, it's actually been pulled off, but it basically says some of the parts have been manufactured in Denmark. We saw a lot of that on the on some of these sets. You would just see those stickers. So a lot of times HO vehicles were created or manufactured in Denmark. They were not manufactured in the United States. The trees, some of the other special pieces were not made by Samsonite. So they were imported in and included. So it could have been any of the vehicle parts, the doors, the printed Lego pieces, any of that stuff would have been likely to be imported in instead of manufactured by Samsonite. So I guess back to me. So it's always good to have an extra for trade or something, but I'm really, really, really super excited to get this right here. This and this box was why I went after this item. So alright, I believe everything I was looking for out of that box is now on the table. So that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Ooh boy, that was a long one for me. Hope you made it to this point. Obviously you did if you're watching this. So, the comment contest. I never did mention what year that came out. And making everybody go look up what year stuff came out on BrickTrains or BrickLink or whatever seems to be an annoyance of mine. So, what year did set 371 come out? First correct answer in the comments, and I'll pin you to the top.